What if you began to explore the idea of infinite human potentiality, meaning that your life is infinite, and infinite in terms of the different potentials that your life could take, the different paths, the different opportunities that you could experience. I think it's easy for us to forget how powerful we are and how much access we have to more than just one reality, more than just one feeling, more than just one thought, more than just one bubble, or just completely bursting the bubble and going outside of the bubble and experiencing things from a bubbleless space.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Meditation Matters podcast. I'm your host, Nayo Shao, and I'm excited to explore a slightly different podcast structure. As you may have guessed, you heard a couple of clips to introduce you to what to expect in today's show. Short but sweet, but straight to the point. And this comes from a new blog that I've created called Scripted Worlds, which the link to go ahead and find that and subscribe to that blog on Substack, it will be provided in the link to the bio for today's episode. But Scripted Worlds is all about what a lot of things that I talk about here on this podcast, which is creating our realities actively, scripting our worlds, bringing these deeper thoughts, feelings, desires, whatever they may be, our truths, our infinite potentialities, and scripting our worlds, creating our worlds, taking charge, and truly making the worlds true from these various places that we can. Scripted Worlds will have a podcast component to it, and I thought, well, I already have a podcast here, so why not combine them all together? Follow me there in Scripted Worlds, and of course, I'm ready to go ahead and dive into the episode for today, so let's get to it.
I come across people sometimes, especially friends in my hometown, that their overcommitment to staying where they are and in the same cycles that, they sit and they tell me, I don't like my situation, I don't like this person that I'm with, we're living together, or I'm paying for their whole life, they're doing nothing, whatever it is. Somewhere, shape, or form, they continue to live out the same cycle and the same cycle, doing the same thing, being in the same places, going with the same people, maybe injecting like a new workout routine every here and there, or having a new interesting conversation with a random person that I met at a bar. But for the most part, they're operating on the same type of autopilot. And as a nomad, yeah, there is the same type of autopilot that I can operate in as well. But something about traveling and seeing new places all the time, like you're constantly like, oh, wow, that's something new, that's different. Or there is a familiarity with traveling overall, especially when you get more comfortable with it. But there is this kind of like introduction to this concept of infiniteness or human potentiality, or really infinite human potentiality. I'm not saying that you have to move or anything. I'm not saying that you have to change anything. But hear me out. What if you began to explore the idea of infinite human potentiality, meaning that your life is infinite, and infinite in terms of the different potentials that your life could take, the different paths, the different opportunities that you could experience. So yeah, when we've been living the same life over and over and over again, you get comfortable in that bubble. Years go by and you're in the same place doing the same thing with the same people, that when I come and I hang out with you after, I've been traveling for a year, I come back, I come hang out, we have chit chats while I'm gone, but now I'm in person and I ask you what's been up, and you tell me the same thing you told me a year ago. And I'm like, do you not realize that you have infinite potential, that your life has the infinite potential to go in any direction that you could ever want it to go in? And if you're telling me that you hate the direction it's going in right now, but you're absolutely unwilling to do anything about experiencing the other possibilities that you could, then what's really the conversation? You're a human being, but you're also a spirit inside this human flesh sack. And the spirit has infinite potentials, and the being has infinite potentials. Like, we wanted to come here to experience a version of reality and to experience all the different ways that we could take our existing powers of infinite potential and apply them here into this realm, or bring things like ideas and creative ideas, thoughts, feelings, whatever, and those infinite potentials that they can exist in, and bring them here to experience them here in this reality. So, I don't know. I think it's easy for us to forget how powerful we are and how much access we have to more than just one reality, more than just one feeling, more than just one thought, more than just one bubble, or just completely bursting the bubble and going outside of the bubble and experiencing things from a bubbleless space. It's easy to get caught up, and I'm not saying that you have to flee the monotony of your life. Actually, one of the best ways to begin to realize that your life doesn't have to go on the same hamster wheel where you feel trapped in, or where you feel numb to, you feel whatever. Because I had a friend recently, I asked him, well, what do you really want? Like, what do you really experience? And they're like, well, honestly, I'm numb. I'm numb to this. I don't, like, I want to feel, but I can't because X, Y, Z. My life keeps being the same. So what I say, especially when people come to me like, oh, like, my life is so monotonous, I feel so trapped in it. Here's the first thing that you could do. What are the little things that you can look at or find or notice and smile at? What are the little things about your life that you can say, oh, well, that's actually pretty cool? How can you inject a different perspective in your current life without completely changing your life right now? So really the only thing you're changing right now is your perception of your current reality. So instead of hating every bit of your life, you could find that little thing that you really like and then focus on the feelings that you like about it. If it invokes a feeling of love, wow, notice how that feeling's coming from within you. If it evokes an immense feeling of appreciation and gratitude, oh, wow, notice those feelings. Cultivate them. Lean into those feelings. Begin to notice the little intricacies and details and the things that you really like and you really appreciate. Inject gratitude, love into your current life, no matter how monotonous it is, or no matter how abysmal it is, or no matter how whatever it is that you feel like you're trapped in the cycle. That's one of the best ways, in my argument, especially when you're not ready to completely upheave your life. Like some people like me, I have been the person to test my hand at the infinite potentiality of my life and say, you know what? I already know what life is like over here. I'm going to go experience what it's like over there. So that physical movement. But I will say, as much as physical movement can rattle and shake the internal mind, the perspectives, eventually you do have to give yourself the opportunity to embrace different thoughts, embrace different feelings, embrace different ideas, embrace different perspectives, or else you will continue to repeat the same thing you were doing over there, over here, in this new place. So yeah, physical location change can really shake up your entire existence. Staying in the same location and switching your perspective can shake up your entire existence. Either choice can lead to an infinite number of potentials that you could go down. Potential thoughts, potential ideas, potential feelings, potential emotions, potential encounters, potential opportunities, potential creative outlets, potential people that you may meet now that you've embraced something a little bit different. It's like imagining you're shifting the dial of your person just a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. And you're beginning to tap into a completely different frequency. That is like the power that we have as humans. We can experience the infinite potentiality that we have as humans. That's infinite human potentiality, infinite human potential. Just a little bit of a shift. And eventually, once you begin to realize that you're tapping into a different frequency, you could just shift all the way. That's something that we should explore as humans. So what's your infinite human potential? And how are you willing to experience it?